Tonight, another man charged in the Feeding Our Future meal fraud case. A man federal prosecutors say played a big role in funneling millions of dollars in taxpayer money out of the country. Lou Ragoose has a look at the brand new charges today.
The 74th person to be charged in the $300 million Feeding Our Future meal fraud case, Ahmed Naji Sheikh, is the brother of one of the most notorious defendants, Abdi Aziz Farah, who was recently sentenced to 28 years in prison. Farah was convicted with a group of others of stealing $50 million of taxpayer money. Now his brother Sheikh is accused of helping him launder that money.
Now, in any normal country, this would cause a major backlash from the native population. But liberals actually want this. This is the greatest form of social justice. And anyone else who dares to speak out against programs getting robbed that are meant to feed hungry children are silenced and called bigots and racist and intolerant. And when you understand the entire game plan, it starts to make sense. Did you guys know that 25% of Somalia's GDP comes from remittance, money being sent from the United States to Somalia? So the strategy is to steal money from the American taxpayer, give Somali residents free housing, free food, free school, free healthcare, give them such a comfortable lifestyle that they can afford to have 4 or 5 children, while the native-born population struggles to have 1, 2 if they're lucky. And then as their population outgrows the native population, they have more political power. And then they can enact legislation that exclusively benefits Somali people. And the money that's not exclusively for them, they can just steal it through fraud. And the more money they get, the more they send back to Somalia, because that is their goal. You heard the guy say it at the Ilhan Omar rally. But
yeah, and before you ask, no, this is not Uzbekistan. This is Minneapolis.
magacay waa Eki Xasan waxaa aad ugu faraxsanaa maanta walaalkeen Cumar Faatax inuu noqon doono next mayor of Minneapolis waa historic waaye waxaan rajaynayaa Soomaalida.
Yeah, that's socialist Somalian mayoral candidate in Minneapolis, Omar Durga whatever, who kind of looks like the Megamind version of the pirate in Captain Phillips or whatever. I don't know. Guy looks like a meme to me. But anyway, you ever stop and think why him and the Zohan in New York want to come over here, win elections, just so they can give away just a whole bunch of free shit? Well, that's so they can bring their people over here and give them a whole bunch of free shit. But keep doing what you're doing, Minneapolis, because eventually your entire state's just going to sound like this.
Do the people in our government even feel like they're Americans themselves? Take a look at this guy, Omar Fattah, Minnesota State Senator running for Minneapolis Mayor. Let's see what he has to say.
We should make dua for him and pray for him.
Prayer is good.
I understand that our Somali communities are all connected to each other here in Minnesota and back home, and I ask for your support.
Minnesota is your home. What are you talking about back home? Back home like what? Like in Somalia? Like this is the type of stuff I'm trying to explain to you guys, but like, you know, let's just let him finish. Maybe I'm overreacting. He could have misspoke. Let's see what he has to say.
There's always been a link between our community here as well as back home, and I'm running to bridge that gap and unite all of us.
Your community is your home. It's not back in Somalia. What is this back home? You're born in Washington, D.C. You're not born in Somalia. America is your home. Like, if you want to go home so badly, you can just go. It's easy. It's not hard. Just because you look like E.T. doesn't mean going home should be hard. And this is the stuff I keep talking about. In the last clip, we talked about the spiritual advisor to the president. She's born in Mississippi, but she thinks her home is Israel. This guy is running for Minneapolis mayor. He thinks his home is Somalia. And then when you bring this up, people get mad at you and they start calling me a dick, and they start making excuses for him, saying his home is Somalia, making excuses for her, saying her home is Israel. And then, don't you think it's weird that us normal people think that, hey, if I live in this country for more than half a year, and on top of that, I'm born here, that America is my home? No. There's a lot of people like this in our government. They don't consider America their home because fundamentally they do not like this country. And they live among us.
Yeah, y'all Somalis won. Y'all literally chased me out of my own state because I was just trying to help y'all. But you know what? Y'all got what y'all wanted. I left Minnesota. I'm gonna be staying here in Tennessee now for a little bit until things cool down, because y'all were spamming my mom's phone. Y'all were leaking my address. Y'all were sending me death threats. Like, y'all were just doing way too much. Like, yeah, I'm gonna have to cool down for a little bit, stay here, make amends, because hopefully there's not Somalis in Tennessee, but we'll see.
What's going on in Minneapolis? I mean, the Somalian takeover of that city is blatant. Omar Fateh has taken over Minneapolis. And yes, he is an open socialist. He wants to defund the police department. He wants police to be now these new social workers. Let's see how that's going to work. I mean, it's going to be California all over again. But it's insane to me that these foreigners come from their war-torn countries to America and automatically declare war on the culture of this country. I mean, what's the point of fleeing a country to come to a free country and turn that country into the country that you fled from? Make it make sense.
Hello and welcome to yet another interesting episode. And in today's episode, we'll be looking at the Somali takeover that is currently happening in Minneapolis. Minneapolis for a very long time has been seen as a small Somalia or a small Somaliland, whereby it has reached a point where Somalis in Minneapolis have significant representation. It has reached a point whereby the Democratic representative in the forthcoming mayoral elections is a Somali guy or a Muslim person. I'm talking about Omar Fateh, and I don't have any problem with Muslims or Omar Fateh himself. I'm not Islamophobic, but from the look of things, there are so many scandals surrounding this guy. Recently, a Somali syndicate or a syndicate has been discovered to be swindling money or to be misusing taxpayers' funds, using the money to fund Somali extravagant lifestyles and using the money to fund the normal lives of Somali people in Minneapolis. And from all this that we've seen from the videos that we've just watched, we can tell that it's all planned. These people are planning to kind of take over this place. And at the moment of recording this video, it is evident that they have succeeded. They are funding Somalis living in Minneapolis, and by funding them, they make their life kind of easier, and making their lives easier, these Somalis are able to have a higher birth rate compared to the normal white people living in Minneapolis. And comparatively, these white people have a lower birth rate simply because they cannot afford the cost of living, because they are trying to live in a just way. But these Somalis are using taxpayers' money to fund their lifestyles. And by doing this, they kind of have it easier using corrupt ways. And by having it easier, they get to multiply. And by multiplying, that is how they're getting to take over Minneapolis. And from statistics right now, Somalis, their population is increasing at a very rapid rate, not just from immigration but also from birth rate. That is exactly what you're going to be discussing in this video. So without wasting any time, let's get to watch videos that I came across on the internet, and I put them together, and I believe that it will be wise if at all you get to see these videos. These are videos that I believe are so insightful and will shape the way you view this whole situation. So without wasting any time, let's get straight into the videos, and then we'll come back here to have a brief discussion.
Oh yeah. They got the whole little mall in this motherfucker. They got the whole little... What's up, man? I'm a vlogger. I'm a vlogger.
We don't allow to enter camera.
It's public.
No, it's not. It's private.
This is a mall.
It's a public. It's private. It doesn't matter.
You own all of this?
Yeah, I know.
All of those two?
All of them, yeah.
Why are you so mad, bro? Relax.
Yeah, the way you speak.
Relax. It's not the way to speak. I didn't do nothing to you.
You need to leave that.
Okay, I'm looking around.
No, you can't. You can't.
Call the police. I don't care.
I swear to God, I'm calling the police.
Call the police.
Yeah,
I don't care.
Video, yeah. Leave, please.
I'm shopping.
No, you're not shopping.
How do you know if I'm not shopping?
You're ugly, stupid.
Who? No, you're ugly. Look at your head.
Yeah, you're
Look
right.
at your head. You don't own all of this, dog.
It doesn't matter if
It does. It's public. I can record whatever I want.
You know, without ambulance, we need a police.
That's the main reason why you don't fucking come over here, bro. Gotta be careful. Gotta be careful.
African American woman about 25 years ago apparently warned the Somali community about what's going to take place in Minnesota. She basically warned them and said, you guys are going to become just like us. You don't take initiative and open up communities and invest in the youth, etc, etc, etc. You actually don't need to do all those things. Because one thing that Somalis do have, and unfortunately African Americans don't, that Somali culture is rooted in Islam. It's rooted in La ilaha illallah. And when you see situations like this, it's so upsetting because the line between Somalis and African Americans in a few generations will absolutely disappear because we forgot about Islam. So a lot of parents combat this and send their kids back to Africa because the United States will eat you alive. And I'm sure this happens not just in Minnesota, but in UK and Canada as well. But if we want things to change, we need to keep the main thing the main thing. These individuals above me lack purpose. If you lack purpose, you get caught up with the law. Why are we doing this to ourselves? This is definitely worse than the African Americans. Because had the African Americans had Islam, I don't think they'd be so corrupt and getting up to foolishness as they are today. We gotta do better, people.
These Somalis in Minnesota, what's going on? Scam after scam. This Somali man scammed hundreds of Somali families out of $1 million. Like, he charged them $25,000 a pop to hold a house for them. So he sold them this scam like, hey, this is the housing development. This is how it's going to be. You see how it's this right here? Yeah, it's supposed to look like this, but this is what it really looked like for a whole year, almost 2 years. Then the judge finally stepped in and was like, yo, this is fraud. You promising these people these homes and you haven't even dug into the ground yet. It's still grass. And they try to catch up with this guy and he already packed all this stuff in a U-Haul truck and bounced. Right? So now these Somali families are like, man, is he going to give us our money back? Because mind you, he charged them $25,000 a pop, each Somali family, and sold them a dream. Excuse after excuse. And he had another fraud before this fraud, right? Where he gave out a fake check to another Somali family claiming that, yeah, I'm going to pay you back, but it was a fake check. And this is all connected to Feed the Future. The Feed the Future $250 million scam. All this is connected, man. These Somalis, they done found a money glitch in Minnesota. Crazy. I hope those families are able to get their money back, though. It's nothing like being scammed by your own, right?
Our Somali brothers and sisters are people who moved to America from Somalia, and they came from a third world country going to America in search of greener pastures and in search of a better future for them and for their children. But while they came from a third world country, they did not leave behind their third world behaviors. They carried their third world behaviors to America, and when they reached America, they took with them their corrupt ways. And I understand when you go to Rome, you have to do what the Romans do. Why would you want Sharia laws? Why would you want laws that made your country fall to be implemented in a country which you just migrated to in search of greener pastures? If at all those laws will work, or if at all those laws are effective, then why don't you use those laws to make your country great? Why don't you use the laws to make Somalia great? I understand they went there in search of greener pastures. I understand they went there to get a better future. But does it mean that we try to assimilate Americans into accepting the Somali culture? And it's not like they are being discriminated against. It has reached a point whereby they are multiplying at a rate higher than Americans. And at this point, it should be concerning. And I am really glad that the right is really pointing out this problem. And however much it may not be a problem right now as we speak, it may be a problem in the near future, because the elections are coming, and in Omar Fateh's manifesto, he clearly states that his interests are more inclined towards Somalia than towards America. In the videos that we've watched the rallies whereby these are rallies being held in America for American mayoral elections, but the whole campaigns are being done in Somalia. We've seen so many of them claiming how this win will be a win for Somalia. We've seen them having Somali flags or flags of Somalia, the country, in these mayoral campaigns. You see, I don't think it sits well with me, or it should sit well with any patriot, that these are not Somali elections, these are American elections, but they carry with them Somali flags in those campaigns. How I wish they would carry the flags of the Democratic Party, because that's the party they are representing, but instead they carry flags of their motherland. I don't think that is how things should be conducted, and I am in total support of all those who are calling them out. This is not right. If at all you go to Rome, then you are expected to do what the Romans do. So many people, we have Kenyans in America, we have Nigerians in America, we have so many Africans or people of African descent in America, and at no point have they tried to carry out a takeover. If anything, all these people are going to America to look for greener pastures, which is totally okay. And whatever is going on right now, we have seen such a thing going on in the UK and in Canada, whereby the whole country, not just a single state or a province, the whole country is facing a possible Muslim takeover. And right now, in places like the UK, they are saying it in public. It's not even hidden. They're not hiding it. They are saying that the Islamic religion will take over the UK. Right now, they have so many representatives in parliament, which I'm not against, but why should you try to take over? Remember, these are countries that were built on the foundation of Christian values. Would you imagine probably a Christian going over to Saudi Arabia and then trying to take over, or trying to force people to implement Sharia laws? Just a few days ago, I did a video of a Texas Maalim, or a Texas Sheikh, who was going around trying to warn people from eating pork, warning people from selling alcohol, warning all those who are selling lottery tickets, saying that it was haram. Yeah. Remember, these are things that are not prohibited by the American law. These are things that are allowed by the laws of the land as far as the state of Texas is concerned. These are things that have been there for a very long time. But right now, these Muslims are trying to say that according to the Quran, it's not right. So they are insinuating that the Quran should be used to run these states, which I personally do not think it's right. Anyway, those are just my thoughts. If at all you do think otherwise, then please tell me what your thoughts are in the comment section, and I'll be glad to read your comments. I do read all the comments and reply to most of them, if not all. So yeah, tell me what you think about all this in the comment section. Aside from that, as usual, I am your presenter Kachina, and if at all you enjoyed the video, then please give it a thumbs up, and also consider supporting this channel by subscribing. With that having been said, I'd like to end the video at this point. Have a good time.